Hey everyone, welcome back to On the Fence Movie Reviews. I'm Rob, here with Danny and Adrian. It's been a while, guys.
Yes, it has.
Yeah,
It's been a long while.
Yeah, it has been a long while. What have you guys been up to? Let's hear it. Sure, the short version, Adrian.
The short version. Well, geez, I can't even put a time frame on it. Well, so I had my daughter,
Right.
and then like from there we really kind of fell off because I mean like for me that.
Well, yeah, you get life, you got busy and everything, so
My third kid.
understandable.
And then I got like really busy with like work stuff, so I had taken on a lot more responsibilities and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it took a lot of my time.
Okay, you've been busy.
And stuff, and then starting a new job on top of that, which had even more responsibilities on top of that. So,
So Adrian's pretty much telling everyone he's a success. So
way
way to go, Adrian. We're proud of you.
And
We're
he's
proud of
too.
you.
But no, now I feel like I'm
The channel's only good enough for shorts. So it's like he only does shorts, quick
And
reactions.
then he's out.
Yeah.
Danny, what have you been up to?
I was gonna say sort of similar with Adrian, but I
You
didn't
have
have.
another kid?
No, we didn't. But
dang.
I did get a new job.
Right.
Moved everything. Started a new channel.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Wait, Flicks and Things?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Started
Flicks and Things. Check that out.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more active this year.
We all are. That's why we're here.
But there's really not that many movies out this month. I was going through AMC and I was looking. I was like, man, there's really nothing that I want to see right now.
Yeah, I think Argyle comes up in a week or two.
Next week, I believe.
Yeah, so I thought that was coming out this week, so I was looking forward to that. But I hear you.
Yeah. What about you, Rob?
I mean, I hate to be the gloater here, but I've been doing pretty good. I mean, you guys know I got my other channels, and I've been going with my friends who like kind of hit me up to go to other events. So I've been busy, especially like haunt season was a few months ago, and I was everywhere. So can't complain. I've been doing a lot of photography, stuff like that. Just trying to stay busy. So I don't have kids, so I can do all that. I can do all this stuff. So yeah, but we're back, guys. Feels good. It's been what at least like what a year,
almost like a year and a half.
Year and a
I wanna
half
say,
since we've gone together.
Yeah, because I remember. I think the last review we did, one of the last ones we did was like around like when Robert Pattinson came out, like back in that time, and then there might have been another one like after that.
I think we did Quantumania like the last time. Well, not together.
We did.
That was the last time we were like.
I think that was
We
I
all
think that was
zoomed
like one
in.
of the last ones that we did, but even then, in between those films, it was like one or two, and so it was just because it was just hard to coordinate, and then it was just
life.
And then also not having a space to meet. So now we have the space that we can meet and actually shoot a little bit more.
You guys can't see, but we're in a huge warehouse right now. So
That's what we had to put carpet down to diffuse the echo and the sound. The acoustics in here is just crazy.
This is the new On the Fence
Studio
review studios,
Yes.
and so we're
gonna get a big old logo right there.
Yeah.
So it's coming. It's in the mail. It's in the mail. Thank you, Amazon.
But I mean. But I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's definitely good to be back. But a lot's happened since then. I know, Rob, like you said, your channel was like done pretty well, and like it's pretty exciting to see like from afar, like watching you like kind of do all that stuff. So I think like this year, like the goal is to kind of just be more consistent, either review or even just like this, like we're just doing like a real talk and just talking about random things, but. I mean, in that vein, like, I mean, let's kind of talk about, like, that time where we kind of last met. It was like, Quantumania, so it's been about a year. Mm-hmm. Like, what were you guys watching? What was, like, the best stuff that you've, like, seen in that time, in this, like, last year? What was, like, your favorite stuff that you like?
Man, I mean, like, just off the bat, I didn't see Oppenheimer, so don't kill me.
Wait, what?
I didn't.
You haven't seen
Oppenheimer?
I thought you worship the ground that Nolan walks on.
But you know what? I was waiting for it to come home because I didn't want to sit in the theater for 4 hours because I might have to use the restroom and miss something important. So like, I'm just gonna wait. But right off the bat, I gotta go Godzilla and Iron Claw. Like
-1.
Yes. I mean, mostly Godzilla, just because the whole story behind it, like how good the effects were, how much money they actually like it cost to make the movie, like their budget and like all the stuff they did, and how like just how great the actual human story was, like all that. Just I was like, Godzilla was probably like, I mean, just off the bat, I gotta say it's maybe like top 3 movies I saw last year, and then Iron Claw. I know it's kind of more recent, but I mean that I would say it's probably like number 1 for me. Again, I didn't watch Oppenheimer. If I did, I probably would have threw that at number 1. Or even Barbie. I didn't watch Barbie. I might have threw that at number 1 too.
No, I didn't see that either. So
that's all okay. But yeah, so those were kind of the movies that
an acquired taste.
Yeah, that kind of sit on. Also, more earlier, I believe, was it John Wick?
John Wick 4.
Yeah, that beautiful action galore. Loved it and amazing.
You know what's funny is I enjoyed John Wick 4,
But
I mean, don't kill me for saying it. I feel like I found myself by the end of it getting a little, how would I say, like worn down from
with
it.
all the action.
Because it's at some point.
Okay, can we cut him out?
Yeah,
can we just okay? Yeah,
No, I'm saying it's still good.
No, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
It's just like you can only do the gun fu and all that stuff for so
We'll make
long.
it a 19 by 6.
Yeah, it'll just be it'll be just
vertical.
like a real, like it'll just be a real. No, I hear you with that, but here's the thing. Is I only felt like that once in the movie, and it's where he like fell down the stairs. That's where I was just like, oh man, this is ridiculous. But you know what? That movie had one of the greatest shots that I don't think I've seen, at least in my memory, is that almost like that video game shot over the top where he's got the exploding shotgun.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I mean, I understand what you're saying, but there
are some phenomenal sequences in there,
so many good shots.
I really enjoy them. I just felt like I think from a story standpoint, I was like it has to kind of end somewhere.
Okay.
Which it kind of does.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, we'll see.
I really liked it. Actually, I liked it more seeing it a couple more times at home. I don't know if it's just like the sound and stuff, because the sound design is really good.
Yeah.
The action scenes, the 4K. Sorry, I'm starting to sound like a nerd. I'm a really like when it comes to 4K and quality and bitrate. I'm really but it's probably one of the best like 4Ks that I've seen this past year. And just watching it a couple of times, I'm like, dude, I really like this movie.
Yeah.
Like Rob said, that the best scene is when he's in that
like the house, right? He's like in that house, like the abandoned house kind of
thing.
Yeah,
and it's like the over the head shot and stuff, and then the music's just like blasting, and it's just a cool soundtrack. Would I want to see another one? I don't know. I mean, because it does end. The thing I didn't like about the ending is this kind of ends all of a sudden. Like I just feel like because John Wick has sort of kind of become like an iconic character already, and I feel like he deserved a little bit like a better send off when it came to like because
and I think I felt the same way.
I mean, are we okay to say spoilers? I mean, it's already
the movie's been like out for like a year.
So like when he dies, and it's like there's only like a couple
allegedly.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm okay with him dying. I just wish like it would have been a little bit like a better payoff, I guess, because he dies and then it just kind of ends like with like. I want to say like 2 minutes after that. Yeah. It's just like, what? Okay.
See, and I mean, if he's dead, then cool. Because, I mean, I could go on watching John Wick movies forever because I just like the way the shot, everything about it. But the way he dies, I feel like it was like the what he did and how he died and the kind of the trick he played. I was like, okay, cool. Like he went out, like even though he knew he was going to die, he went out. And even though we've come to know John Wick as like the Baba Yaga, like he also was like almost like this. He had sympathy and he wanted to help this other person. So I was like, it was his arc. I liked his arc in the movie, even though it was. You're right. It's like he kind of just dies and that's it, and then the movie's over. But at the same time, it's like we've had so much of his story and we've got to know him so well that just the way he went out, I was like. Would I like to see him go out a different way? Sure, but I like the way he did go out.
Yeah. But Daniel, any other films that you're...
Oh no,
anything.
Iron Claw.
I mean, obviously
good.
you love Barbie. We talked about that.
No, I mean Oppenheimer. I thought that's probably one of the best films of the year. Across the Spider-Verse, we didn't. Really,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
that was another good one. One of my favorites of the year. Godzilla.
-1.
Yeah, I do want to talk about Godzilla
Okay.
a little bit because
Okay, let's go.
I know you're talking a little bit about it, but like I want to gush over it.
Yeah,
a
let's
little bit
gush. Let's gush. I loved it. Let's go.
Yeah, like you said, like the characters. The thing I liked about this movie is like you said, the characters, but I don't know. Like I just never experienced like a Godzilla movie like this, and I didn't know it was possible because when you think of Godzilla throughout the years, it's silly fun.
Right.
There's really never been a serious one besides like probably the original one.
Okay.
And I always like said like, oh, like I don't care about these characters. Just give me Godzilla destroying cities, killing people,
Right.
whatever. So it was one of those movies. It's like, wow, like they actually pulled it off where they actually made the human element, actually matter and actually where you felt, for them and their struggles, and I forgot the guy's name, but the main character,
Right.
How, he's dealing with his own demons, I guess you would say, and then having to, I guess, step up pretty much,
Right.
and be the hero, and it's just like a great arc, like story arc from the beginning to end, where he's just kind of like a nobody, down on his luck type of thing, and then he gets kind of thrown in to like this family element type of thing, and then like now he kind of has something to live for,
Right.
and also at the same time to tackle like his own personal demons, because they're even in the movie like he was ready to like just run away again,
Right.
because remember he was gonna, well, I don't know, it is kind of fresh. I don't want to give any more spoilers, but
Well,
but you get what I'm saying. You get where I'm coming from, but
no, I mean, I think you're right in saying that. I the same way I felt like I just want a monster movie. I want Godzilla just to be there destroying stuff, but we got that. But then we also got a really good human story, which made the movie so much better. And you're right, the main character, his arc was just like, he goes from kind of being the disgrace because he didn't do what he was supposed to do, and even you see him building, like he's not the hero right off the bat. He's working his way to being this, where he's at the end, he's doing what he has to do for his family and his friends. So I just thought the arc of the characters in the movie were really good. A couple of things I was just like, I don't know, but for the most part, it was a really, really good story. Godzilla was awesome, and the sound was just like, it was menacing. Menacing, especially when Godzilla shows up, and we all know the iconic Godzilla score. It's just like when you hear it, you're just like, ah.
and then the I don't know what you call it, like atomic breath, whatever they.
Oh yeah,
call
his
it,
atomic breath.
when he unleashes it in the
so,
city,
bro. It's so awesome, awesome.
Because we seen it together. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did we see it in IMAX or was it?
It was IMAX.
Yeah, even in IMAX, I was like, oh, like it really like you felt it. Like I was like, oh man, like I can only imagine how like it felt in like Dolby Atmos. I was like, wow.
Pun intended. It literally blows you away because it's kind of like it was unexpected. But I think to your point, like when you guys were talking about the way they did the characters, they made you care about these characters, and not just the main character, but all the side characters as well. But in reverse with Godzilla, and as we've seen, especially with these with the Warner Brothers versions of Godzilla in the last like 10 years, there's all this exposition around Godzilla about like why he is or how he became, like, oh, this is what caused him to, we destroyed the homeland and therefore he's coming like for revenge or whatever. We know nothing about Godzilla.
Right.
There's no rhyme or reason to what he is, and I think that's what makes him a little bit more terrifying in this film. It's just he comes and just wrecks stuff and destroys everything, and just starts eating things and destroying the city, and like, but that's what makes him so terrifying. And for me, by the time we got to the climax of the scene, because again, it's all about people coming together as a country and as a whole, like rebuilding themselves. Like they're trying to devise a plan to how to defeat Godzilla. So you get to that climax of them like trying to execute their plan to defeat Godzilla. I found myself kind of like at the edge of the seat, like kind of
for sure,
really invested into it. I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen?
Right.
And then also with our main character, again, I don't want to give away too much, but like you're kind of like, is he gonna bail out again? Is he gonna sacrifice himself? Is he gonna like do the right thing?
Right.
You know, and then up until that end, I didn't really like, you know, and again, I know that there's like the end part that I know some people took issue with at the very end. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But to me, I was like, you know what, that's just classic storytelling, and I was totally okay with it. But ultimately, yeah, it is like one of the best films that I've seen this last year. I you know, and I definitely want to go see it again. I know they re-released it in black and white. So I'm like, I definitely want to see how that plays. You know, I mean, that's pretty exciting. Like, for me to see, you know, a Godzilla film like that. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys had seen that or want to talk about?
I mean, we're just real quick. I did a review on it, but I really liked the kind of was the biopic, like the Iron Claw. Like being. I mean, we've all grew up watching wrestling, and so you know, I didn't really know a lot of the story of the Von Erichs. Obviously, I knew some of it just because of being a wrestling fan. But you know that now it came to me. That was the movie Robin went to see with me. And then she made me buy the Taylor Swift tin. So we're watching Iron Claw, eating popcorn out of a Taylor Swift tin. But no, even Robin was like, man, this movie, like someone who just doesn't go to the movies, or not even your average moviegoer, was like, this movie's just like, you know, it's good, but at the same time it's so heartbreaking, and the performances are just like, they just pull you in. It's like, man, like all this stuff sucks, but at the same time it's like it's the ability to triumph over these bad things that happen. And I know like some of the stuff's probably exaggerated, and you know, I get it, it's a movie, but just kind of the base of the story, you know, the movie itself was just so good, and it like, I almost cried, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was just like, my eyes were watering up, and I was just like, man, and I think I said it in my review too, where like the line that Zac Efron gives about like, oh, I had a brother, and then the next day, and then the next day he was just gone or whatever. So I was just like, wow, that just hit me, and it's just like you felt it. But so like everyone, everyone in that movie did such a great job, like just over the top, like great storytelling, even the wrestling. Like, you know, sometimes when you watch wrestlers, like, or actors try to wrestle or do like this kind of story, it doesn't look too good, but I think everyone in this movie did a really good job.
I think what they did too, what was smart for them, for the production team, was that they involved Chavo Guerrero.
Right.
Anybody who's familiar with Chavo Guerrero, related to the late great Eddie Guerrero, part of that wrestling family, the Guerreros, as the coordinator, and he really was there. And if you watch the interviews, he talks about how the guys really got in there, and just like
he was in the movie too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he played the Sheik. I think
he played the Sheik.
Like it was early on in the film. But like, to your point, I think like it's like, it's interesting, but yeah, man, it is so.
It's a heavy watch.
It's pretty heavy. And part of what I did like is that they focus on the wrestling, but not so much. It's more about like the brother dynamic. And I think, like for me, like when we went and watched it, was why we watched it with like my dad, and all my other brothers, and so it was kind of like, it's kind of weird, like that juxtaposition of like, here we are as like a family of brothers and stuff like that, watching a movie about brothers, and like we grew up like with my dad, and my dad as well, like we're huge into wrestling, and like I remember like way back when like my dad would get like the pay-per-view, like, and then like invite all the friends over and we'd all watch.
You never invited me over though.
No, we didn't. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
You have to. Hey, I'm not in charge of inviting, so that's up to my dad.
I was Bobby's friend anyway.
But and so like kind of like watching that was kind of like almost like a special moment.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
But like, yeah, definitely, I was like, dang. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Don't watch me.
No, yeah, it was very emotional, especially like that one line Zac Efron says about having brothers and then all that stuff, and then he doesn't have any more. I was like, dang. I was like, that.
Why you gotta hit me like that?
Yeah, because it's I have brothers, and it's like I can't imagine like just like because when he was watching his sons, play and all that stuff, it was just like, dang.
Yeah, he's like being reminded of the fact that like that's something he used to have and he doesn't have. But what I found was kind of interesting was that he's there crying, right? And I feel like it's a callback to the earlier part in the film where he's crying and his sons go up to him and they're kind of like, "Dad, what's wrong? Why are you crying?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to cry. Like boys are supposed to cry or whatever." And they kind of tell him like, "No, it's okay. We cry all the time, and it's good to cry." Like, right? But like in the earlier film, when was it David, the one who had the when he passes away?
Oh yeah, the first brother.
First brother. Yeah. And the dad comes in and he's kind of like, I don't want any of you crying. Like you're not supposed to be crying. So it's kind of like the difference in that,
right?
Is that like kind of like there's this idea of like you have to be tough, but then to have his sons kind of remind him, hey, it's okay to be emotional because you let that out and to kind of grow from that. But it's a really, really good movie. It's one of the better ones that we've seen in a while, but for sure.
Well, now that we've brought down the mood, we're in 2024 now. Mm-hmm. Is there any movies you guys are looking forward to?
Well, the one coming up soon, Dune.
Okay.
I really like the first one. I never saw the original one, still haven't. So
I'm pretty sure it's on HBO Max. No,
it probably.
I
think it is.
I don't have HBO Max or any other streaming service.
Oh, okay, good for you.
I give you my login.
Well,
don't admit that. Don't admit that. No, he doesn't. He does not.
He doesn't have it. No.
But so yeah, Dune. I know we just talked about Godzilla. I'm looking forward to Godzilla and Kong. And like I said, I said like, this one's more serious. The one that we're talking about.
He takes back all that he says. He just wants
No, I'm just saying.
I think they're two different movies.
Yeah, like I still love.
I got your back, don't worry.
No, yeah, I still love the silliness and campiness of like just, Godzilla. I've been, especially like past couple years, I've been watching a lot of Godzilla movies actually. The original ones and there's a lot of like weird campiness and especially the Shohei error, whereas like I don't know, like remember I was showing you like how Godzilla's like doing a little dance and everything. It's like really really ridiculous stuff. So I mean like that, I guess that's why I like Godzilla so much is because there's like this silly campiness and there's a little bit of serious but not too serious. Yeah. And then there's a real serious one like -1, and I feel like the one that's coming out is more is in line between in between those, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, and I can't think of anything else right now that I'm looking forward to.
I'm trying to think. Well, Deadpool's coming out. I'm really looking forward to Deadpool.
That one is one that's like really.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Deadpool. What about?
I'm over at Marvel, so.
Really? Well, I mean,
but it's still Deadpool. I mean, I feel like.
Yeah, but it's Disney though, so I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do.
Disney.
Like, I think as long as they don't try to
Disneyfy it?
Well, no, just like I don't think that they are because they said it's going to be an R-rated film. I just think as long as they don't try to tie it into some sort of multiverse thing, which I think they will, but I think that they'll do it like in a comedic way where it's like kind of stupid.
Well, I mean, they're having Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine, and he's got the yellow animated suit on, so it's got to be some. They're poking fun at some stuff there.
Well, have you seen the behind the scenes photos like on the set? Like
I've seen some of them, not all of them. Why is something missing?
I mean it's just kind of like you can see how stupid it is. Like, there's like a classic Mickey Mouse character in like behind the scenes shots. So.
I've not seen that, but
I was like, this is gonna be ridiculous. I'm like looking forward to it. There's like a destroyed. Like statue or something of like it says 20th Century Fox and
nice.
Like all this other stuff, but that one's pretty high on my list.
That one, I feel like there's a couple other that I'm kind of looking forward to. I feel like that I can't think of them off the bat. I know I'm not sure if the Ballerina. Does that one come out next year or this year? I know it's like a spinoff of like John Wick.
Yeah.
But I mean it's kind of early, so I can't even think of what I'm looking forward to Deadpool. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, look it up, Danny.
I'm looking up at movies on AMC.
What
they
about
tell you what's coming soon?
Yeah.
Like that
Adrian,
one.
Adrian's good at talking. You talk. We're gonna look this up, Adrian. He likes to talk.
Oh my god.
Oh, your Wi-Fi is.
Oh, your Wi-Fi's horrible,
You're
Adrian.
not even connected to my Wi-Fi, are you?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see.
That's all the way downstairs. That's why. But no, that one, Planet of the Apes movie that I really want to see.
Oh,
The new Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Deadpool. Yeah, you know what? I never really the Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's
film.
one I'm looking. The imaginary one.
That's a horror movie?
That's
or?
a horror movie.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I know you guys get scared.
Yeah, the new Ghostbusters film. As you can see, I'm a diehard Ghostbusters fan.
That's not horror though. That's
Yeah, that's fake horror. That's more
It's more like Scooby Doo type of stuff.
yeah.
It's comedic.
It's more thriller. Where are you?
Oh,
What?
oh yeah, I was gonna say, weren't they coming out? But they scrapped that one, right?
Which one?
The Scooby Doo movie.
Oh, what are they coming out
I didn't
with?
even know they were coming out with the Scooby Doo movie.
Remember when they had that whole Fox merger?
Okay, well
Or not
let's
Fox,
let's
Warner
let's
Brothers,
let's
but they
talk
scrapped a
this.
bunch of movies.
Let's talk this for a quick second. How I mean, I want to bash Marvel for a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it. I love it. Fall Guy looks pretty funny.
Oh yeah, that looks really good too.
Emily
Fall Guy.
Blunt and, Ryan
Like Echo, I don't know if you guys are watching the shows. I kind of fell off because
Same
Marvel's let me down so much that I just don't even care about the shows anymore. Even though, like, I've heard from everyone that Loki season 2 is really good.
It's really good.
I like it. I
But
like it a lot.
Up until the very ending, which I did not like. But
Okay.
everything's really good.
But
Wrong.
see, this
You're wrong.
this is how I feel. Is that Marvel has just let me down so much already that I'm not even invested in any of their shows or their movies. Like, I didn't go watch the Marvels because I was like, nope.
No.
I didn't watch Loki because I was like, nope. I only watched Miss Marvel because Robin was like, she saw someone told her about it, and she watched the first episode without me, and she's like, let's watch this together. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not like, and then I've heard nothing but horror things about Echo. I'm gonna probably watch it just so I could be like I watched it.
I
But
haven't watched it. Like,
Yeah,
Marvel's
I
just
didn't.
go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't watch that one either. Because I just wasn't interested in Echo because Echo's from the Hawkeye series,
Right.
And that thing was god awful.
Yeah,
That
I didn't
was
like that either.
terrible.
So I was like, why am I gonna go see Echo? Watch that series? I was like, nah. But Loki, like I did, Loki season 1 had its ups and downs. So I was like, so that one did intrigue me, and I really liked the second season.
Yeah, I thought the second season was actually probably a little bit better than the first.
Okay.
you sound like you don't believe.
Oh,
it.
and one thing that kind of sets itself apart is the cinematography is actually really good.
On the second one.
Well, even the first one, but this one more so. Like, it's really like
Yeah.
well shot, and I'm like, this doesn't feel like a Marvel movie. The other
Okay.
Marvel type of cinematography.
So here's the thing, like you said, right? Like, oh, you're kind of over Marvel and all that other stuff when you mentioned Deadpool 3. To me, I don't, even though Disney owns it, I still don't see Deadpool as an MCU film or Marvel.
Well, it was
in that
originally
sense.
like a Fox.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
still
Fox
like
thing.
a Fox production.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure they have a lot of the like original production team involved with that. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I really want to see it. But at the same time, if they try to do something stupid to where, let's tie it into all the MCU and then Kang makes an appearance or some dumb stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's like,
well, I think they're
then I'm
done
out.
with King. No?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're
I
done
think
with
they're done with
Kang.
Kang, but-
that's kind of they've already announced like that. Like the new like Avengers movies aren't going to be like related to Kang.
And my thing is I feel like they kind of need to just pull back from a lot of that MCU. Let's tie everything in and make Avengers the thing. I think because they did their thing with the original Avengers, and it worked great. But I think them still trying to do that because they kind of ended all of their other characters. Now they got to go through all these like deep cut characters that people don't really know too much about.
Right.
And they didn't, and it almost feels like DC, where DC kind of did their whole thing where they didn't spend so much time building an arc.
Right.
And they're still trying to do this whole thing, and it's kind of like, I think they just need to scale it back, make things a little bit smaller, more intimate stories with just the character instead of trying to tie them into some larger universe. and then just focus on that. But yeah, it's just too.
I also think it's like Marvel with Disney Plus, and I get it. They need stuff to put on Disney Plus. It's just really oversaturated. Because if you think about it, when like we were in the prime like Marvel, where all these movies were coming out, it was like we got like I wouldn't say like 2 to 3 movies a year from Marvel, and that was it. We didn't have the show, so every movie was like something to look forward to, but it was contained in itself, but it was kind of tied together with like those post-credit scenes, where it's like towards, I would say the past, year or two, all the movies and shows are coming out that it's like everything's got to connect to this. Like they're not telling a story. They're saying they're telling you like this is going to connect to this, to this, to this.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. It's too much homework for me. Like I want to go and watch a movie. I'm gonna watch all the movies. Like except for the Marvels. I didn't watch that, but I probably will watch it once it comes on Disney Plus. I was there opening night. I'm lying, but no, it's like, and then too with Disney Plus, like for me, I'm just like, well, I'll just watch it when it comes on Disney Plus. Like if I don't go see it in the theater, then I'll watch it on Disney Plus. But I don't know. Marvel's just kind of letting me down. I still have hope. I still am looking forward to Deadpool, and I'm believing, especially with all the more recent stuff that's coming out, them kind of scaling back with like Daredevil Reborn, kind of like scrapping that, and they're gonna redo it and connect it with the Netflix series, like little things like that, where I'm just like, okay, maybe they've seen that we're not supporting this new, like, oh, let's just do this quick, and that we want to see good stuff, and they're kind of pulling back. So hopefully there's a change in the next, because we only have one Marvel movie coming out this year, if I'm not mistaken, like actual like movie.
What's that?
Deadpool, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, it's like my mind is like it doesn't even associate. My brain still associates it with Fox, so it's kind of like when you say Marvel, I'm like, what MCU movies? I don't know.
Yeah, you seem a little more optimistic than me. Like, I don't know. I've lost complete faith in Marvel. That's why I'm not really looking forward to Deadpool. I mean, of course, I'll check it out because it is Deadpool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's weird because in its heyday, like, when you saw a Marvel movie, you knew it was going to be good.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you knew it's going to be good. It wasn't, like, a matter of, like, if it's going to be good. Like, you knew it was going to be good. But now it's like, all right, like, it's, it's...
Well, they were...
Will it be good? Like, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not as bad. It's going to...
Not even, like, the Avengers movies. Like, all the Marvel movies were, like, event movies. Like, it was, like, you had to go see because you had to know what was going on. Dude, I always go back to, like, Robin. I went to go see Infinity War, like, with her, just like, oh, we're going to go see this. Robin was the one who was, like, she's like, I want to go see it again. I think we saw it 4 times in the theater. Jeez. So, but she was 3 of those times where she was just like, hey, let's go back. Hey, let's go back. It was good. Like, I'm going to bring my friend. Let's go back. Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't have...
I think we watched it with you, my wife and I.
Did we?
Yeah, I think we did. Like, it was like a Saturday.
I've seen it so many times. Oh, yeah, I think that... You're right.
Like Saturday
but that's what I'm saying. Like, that was, like, back when, like, everyone was like, you got to go see the Marvel movies. Like, and you were not getting, like... It wasn't, like, the first weekend, and that was it. It was, like... Every weekend there was like they were hitting their numbers. It was everyone going, but now it's just kind of like
and then you're like afraid of spoilers. Now it's just like I don't even care. Like what happens in this
tell me what happens. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because like you're talking about that, it literally changed the landscape of cinema and the way movies get made.
Right.
But the irony is that now audiences aren't showing up for superhero films as much. I mean, you look at Aquaman that just came out, the Marvels, a lot of these superhero films that just came out in the last year even, they are basically losing money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now but then you look at a movie like Oppenheimer, who basically makes $1 billion. A movie like Barbie that makes over $1 billion.
Well, yeah, the Barbie thing, that's just like a phenomenon.
That's a phenomenon. That's a rarity that won't really be repeated, at least not for like a Barbie 2 or something like that. But it's kind of like I think audiences are kind of taste changed, and that's the reality of it. And again, to quote Steven Spielberg, like 10 years ago, he talked about these. He said that comic book movies will go the way of cowboy movies, where they were super popular for about a decade or more, and then they just disappeared because audiences and their tastes change. You get a younger audience that didn't grow up with the MCU.
Right.
That's going to start being your market.
Right.
And that's the reality of it. And I think the studios need to kind of like be mindful of that and just say like, okay, what kind of movie do we need to make? Because this idea of serialized movies where everything is basically like an episode, and then the Avengers movies are season finales.
Yeah.
It's like they have to move away from that because
Right.
they can't keep tying everything, you know. And that's my opinion. I think, you know, but we'll see what they do in the next year or two.
Now, like, because you just brought it up, it made me think about another movie that I really liked, and it was Guardians.
Guardians 3.
Guardians
Yeah.
is good. Yeah.
That one was good, and again, because it wasn't necessarily tied to anything else.
Right.
It
Yeah,
kind of closed the arc for the characters
Right.
that
Yeah,
were
it did
part
feel
of
like
that
its
group.
own, its
You
own
know,
thing. Yeah.
and it was a very emotional ending.
It was.
And
I didn't cry.
I did.
I did not cry.
So I gotta ask though, you know, we mentioned Oppenheimer a few
Yeah.
times. You
Oppenheimer.
said you didn't see it
I
because
didn't see it.
was, you know, you don't want to go
It's like
to
4
theater.
hours.
Yes.
4 hours. I was going
But
to take a
it's-
bathroom break.
It's been on digital for like a couple months now. So
I don't.
what's your
Feel, I don't.
excuse?
I don't feel like paying for it. I'll wait. You know what? I guess I could go buy. I'm gonna go buy it now.
Well,
I'm
it's not.
I'm gonna go buy it. There.
Well,
I love Nolan.
I have it on my Plex server, so I mean,
I haven't been on your Plex in forever. I need the login again.
I have all those movies. So
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Question: do you still buy physical media? Or
I do once in a while. Yeah, I do
Okay,
once
good
in a while.
luck
Like the
finding
John Wicks. I have. It's just like a movie has to like call my soul,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time trying to find Oppenheimer. At
No,
least the
it's-
4K version, anyway.
No, it's at Best Buy.
What I usually I'm
Yes, it's at
They've been
Best
selling
Buy.
out.
Dude, it's at Best Buy.
It sold out, and then they restocked it, and it sold out again.
It's probably like
Probably now it's available now.
yeah, like get back in stock.
Yeah,
you know,
probably
it's
when it
kinda-
was like first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I bought it the day it came out.
This guy. Oh well,
But when
that's
it
why.
comes to when it comes to physical media, I'm a big physical media guy. Like especially 4K.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. I usually like to check out movies before I buy them though, because there's been a lot of 4Ks that have been very disappointing, and I'm like, dude, this is garbage.
What's a disappointing 4K that you've watched?
I would say Jurassic Park, like when I first saw it.
Oh really?
But after a while, I'm like, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Lord of the Rings is another bad one.
Okay.
Well, not bad. It's
Just
very
not-
disappointing because I remember when it came out. That one, okay, I was gonna buy it no matter what.
Okay.
Because obviously Lord of the Rings. Like I said, I usually check out the digital release.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I like it, I'll buy the 4K.
Okay.
But with Lord of the Rings, I just bought it right away. And then plus I heard a lot of reviews on it. A lot of reviews were coming out on the physical release, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's like amazing, looks good." And then I remember I was watching it because I used to have like a 4K monitor and everything. I used to watch a lot of like 4K movies on there, and then I looked and I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Dude," I was like, "Okay, it's good. Like the HDR is really good," but I was like, they use a lot of. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's called DNR, which is digital noise reduction.
Yeah.
So what happens, especially in some 4Ks, depending who's in charge of it, they'll get rid of all the the grain to make it look smooth. But what happens? It smooths out the picture, and it's not as sharp. But they also add artificial like sharpening.
Oh yeah.
So when you get those two, you get like a funky picture, and I noticed that in Lord of the Rings, and like especially in The Return of the King, where they're in Minas Tirith, the day scenes, it looks really bad. I'm like, dude, this does not look good at all. I'm like, dude, this looks like very digitized and stuff.
I mean, didn't they do that with the Pirates?
Oh yeah, that's another awful one. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Because I think I remember like the Blu-rays looked really good. But
Yeah, the Blu-rays are really good, but I was like, man, I can't imagine like how great it would look in 4K and with the HDR. And Disney, they're getting better as of late, but Disney had a very bad track record of like their 4K releases where they looked really bad. And this one, they just totally like destroyed it. They basically crushed all the black levels, so it's like really dark. It's very bad. I'm like, dude, this sucks.
Come on, Disney.
I think we hit a touchy subject for you.
Well,
like I said,
he's moving and he's.
I know. I just realized I was pounding on the table. I was like, oh, the mics are probably picking it up. So, no, when it comes to physical and like the quality and like picture as far as like TVs and stuff, I'm like a very like nerd about that, and home theater as well.
You mean you don't have a 720 32-inch?
No, not like you. Well, actually, you upgraded.
Not anymore. I upgraded.
Yeah, he has a nice TV now.
You do? What kind of TV do you have?
I don't know.
He has a TCL 6 series, which is actually
okay.
really good. It's Quantum Dot. It's full array. I'm the one who recommended it, so I know the specs.
Nice.
I think it has 200 dimming zones. So when you get certain zones, it's not like OLED. I think you said you
I have an OLED. Yeah, I have an OLED.
So I know I'm jealous too.
Whatever.
Yeah, because OLEDs are really expensive.
I want
true
blacks.
Yeah, so you get true blacks and stuff. So quantum, how do you say it? Like quantum dots and like QLEDs. They try to achieve that. So basically, they dim certain areas of the screen, or it tries to give you those true blacks.
Well, it's making it's trying to make blacks, whereas like the OLEDs actually just shut off.
Yeah, they
pixels.
Literally shut off the LEDs, which looks amazing. When I used to work at Best Buy, I say just like sit in the home theater. Because I used to work the department. I used to work inventory, and when we used to stock stuff, I used to be right next to the Magnolia area, which is their high end stuff. So there was a Samsung, and then they had like the Sonys and stuff, and then they always had Interstellar playing, and I'm like, dude, I'm like so jealous.
Let me take this TV home.
But like QLEDs, if you get a good QLED, it gets close to that. TCL, their higher ends are really good at that, and that's why I recommended it to Adrian, and it was on sale for Black Friday.
And so I got that TV.
But he just needs a 4K player, you know.
Yeah, well, I got that TV. You know what I use it for? We watch Miss Rachel all day.
There you go. If you had a 4K player, you could watch the bad Lord of the Rings 4K quality.
But yeah, I don't want to, like, I know I'm bashing it. It's just like, it's good. Like, I think it's still the definitive way to watch Lord of the Rings. Like, I prefer it over the Blu-rays. It's just, like, the HDR is really good. It's just, like, the film grain and all that stuff. It's not preserved.
It all matters.
It
all matters.
It does. Like, Oppenheimer is a great example of.
You have to keep bringing that up because I didn't see the movie, man.
But the IMAX scenes are just like.
I didn't get to talk about what I liked this last year, but
go ahead.
Oppenheimer was phenomenal.
Okay,
I watched it. Okay. Did you watch it in 70mm IMAX?
I just watched it in IMAX. I didn't watch it in true IMAX because I tried getting tickets and it was like impossible.
It was impossible. They re-released it last week, and I went.
Was it sold out again? Oh yeah, you went.
I watched it again.
Did you get like a little magazine?
No, I did not.
Really?
I did not.
Did they have a popcorn bucket?
Yeah.
The atomic bomb.
It's like a mushroom cloud. Just open it up, popcorn in there.
Did you guys see the Dune buckets?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see them.
The Dune 2?
Oh, I did. I did just see them. Yes. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay. And everyone in the comments are just like,
yeah, they're going to town. They're going to town. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, just quick Google search Dune 2 popcorn bucket.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Man.
And again, I have these are my popcorn buckets right here. I have an extensive collection of popcoron buckets.
I tried to put this on, but it didn't fit.
And I was like, I told
also,
my
that
wife,
one's a
looked
popcorn
at it,
bucket
I just
yeah,
said,
it opens up in the back.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I might have to pass on that one.
You know what? I'm going to buy that one for you, Adrian. I'm going to buy that one
buy
for you.
Buy it for me and then bring it.
Yeah,
for those who don't know, Adrian was showing off his popcorn collection bucket, whatever.
Yeah, I would get kicked out of the house if I had that many popcorn buckets. My wife would be like, "You're gone with your buckets."
I have an addiction.
You do. We're gonna. That's what we actually. This is an intervention for you, Adrian.
Did you show him the Optimus Prime one or no?
Yeah, he showed me the Optimus.
No, I showed you the Optimus Prime one.
I thought you showed me the Transformer one.
No, I showed you the Blue Beetle one.
Oh, that's right. And it was and you showed me the Ghostbuster one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't show you the it's basically Optimus Prime, and then the truck opens up, and that's where the popcorn is.
Nice. Wait, is that where you put like the drinks in like the head of it?
Yeah. And then the two exhaust pipes form like a straw.
Yeah. You're too much,
ridiculous.
Man. You need help.
It's ridiculous. I do need help.
You need help. That's awesome though.
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, you know what? Hey, it's a great time to be back.
Yes.
I definitely look forward to many more conversations. We'll probably review Argyle. Comes out next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely check that one out, and so keep an eye out for that. Just the rest of this review and come back for more of the Marvel hate.
Yes.
We will definitely be here for that. And if they turn it around and make it good again, we will be the first ones to admit that we were wrong. But
not me. It takes a lot for me to admit that I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, you seem more optimistic than me. So
No, I mean, you're right. I'm always. I want to go to the theater and see a good movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, anyways, with that. Yeah, dude, it's been a while. I don't even remember how to send this off.
Usually Rob just
well, no, he does this.
I don't do the sign off. I
do the lead into the sign off.
I'll let you go. You took charge of it.
Let's try it again. Let's try this again.
You took charge of it, so let's go, Adrian. You do it.
So thanks for watching our Real Talk here. Just random thoughts about random things and movies and stuff of the last year. Why don't you comment down below and let us know what you thought of any of these topics that we talked about. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. And Rob.
Oh, and don't forget to check us out on our social media on Instagram at On the Fence Movie Reviews, where we'll post like kind of behind the scenes stuff or pictures when we go, or even our quick little like right out of the theater reactions for different movies. But saying all that, remember, we will catch you on the fence.